68 scrapbook made me think about something. I thought it just crossed my mind. Check this out. We know there's a sizable amount of PBC fighters that crossed over to other networks like DAZN, like even Top Rank's True TV, ESPN, and fought on these networks, right? How many Top Rank fighters have crossed over to Fox and fought on Fox? So how many Top Rank fighters have crossed over to DAZN and fought on DAZN? And don't tell me the Top Rank got a small stable. Bring it. Talk to me. How many have fought on ESPN on Top Rank cards? And how many of them have actually crossed over? I know of one. I know two. Actually, no, one. Because I think that Lomachenko, when he faced Luke Campbell, I think that was on ESPN. I heard ESPN commentators, Timothy Bradley was there, Andrew Ward, so that was ESPN, right? So how many PBC fighters have gone over to ESPN and fought on Top Rank cards? How many PBC fighters have crossed over to DAZN and fought on DAZN cards? How many Top Rank fighters have actually left ESPN and gone over to either DAZN or PBC and fought on Fox or DAZN or Showtime? Just it's an interesting thought that I want you guys to go through and see, because Bobby M got y'all talking out your ass. Of course, you're gonna have a lot more PBC fighters moving around, but my point being, of course, much more than any other collection of boxers. But the point I'm making is the accusation is that they don't do that, right? And it's not true. It's just not true. And I find this, like I always say to people, tell the damn truth. If you're going to make a narrative, tell the truth. That's all I'm asking. Tell the truth. And the reality of the situation is totally different. In fact, the people accusing PBC fighters of not mixing with other people and making fights are the very people who are doing more in-house fights than the PBC. But they're allowed to do it, and PBC can't do it when all they're big. They have a big pool of fighters. They can't do it. I mean, come on. They're hypocrisy, man. They're hypocrisy. Right? We got Terrence Crawford facing another top-ranked fighter. The fight before that, he did face a PBC fighter in Amir Khan. Why did Amir Khan have to go all the way across to ESPN to face Terrence Crawford? Well, he got a contract with ESPN. Okay, but there can't be an exception. Why couldn't he face Amir Khan on, what would it be, DAZN? Because Amir Khan went across the DAZN and faced Canelo. He was fighting on the PBC with Chris Algieri and all these guys. Was it Fox? I can't remember. It was in the Barclays. Khan has fought on every single network. HBO, Showtime, I think it was Fox, or CBS, one of them, or ABC, I can't remember. He fought on DAZN, and now he's fighting on, and then he fought on ESPN. He has fought on every single fucking network. And guess what? Amir Khan is an Al Haymon fighter. He's a PBC fighter. All PBC means is Premier Boxing Champions. He's a Premier Boxing Champion, no matter where he goes. Right? Look at that. He goes and makes the fight with Terrence Crawford. Wilder's going to go make a fight with Tyson Fury. I think it's going to be on ESPN. Not on Fox. Because Tyson Fury's contract is with ESPN. So he's gonna have to do it on ESPN, right? Why is it everybody gotta go meet Bob Arum's fighters? Bob Arum don't go and do nothing with nobody because he's been in the sport so long, so you have to respect him. What the fuck is going on, man? Bob Arum always has his way. His fighters always have the clout. They always praise his fighters, right? We had a highway robbery where Collazo was robbed against Abdul Kakarov, whatever his name is. But nobody says anything about it because it's a Bob Arum card. This is shit we have to deal with. Eddie Hearn gets so much flack for having the Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz fight in Saudi Arabia. But Tyson Fury can just get a pass. He can go do WWE in Saudi Arabia and it's all good because he's a Bob Arum fighter. I mean, come on, man. How many times do you guys have to do this shit? How many times do you have to just talk out your ass all the time? Why do I have to always be debunking this shit? I ain't got nothing against Bob Arum personally, but come on, man, people. See through the bullshit. See through the bullshit, man. You know? How much bullshit you gonna have to see? Oh, I gotta eat some food. My food is ready, baby. Get. You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't understand. You know, I ain't gotta worry about boxing politics because I'm not in that shit. So I can speak my mind clear and full. Say what it is. You always have to go to Bob Arum. And he makes you dimwits mouth what he says. 68, what is his name? 68 scrapbook be mounting exactly what Bob Arum want to hear. Play into Bob Arum's hand. He never addressed that, by the way. You got a thing out for Terrence Crawford, for Errol Spence. Yeah, he's drunk. And it's stupid. But with respect to substance, you're still not making a good case for yourself because you're talking about I want you to talk. He want to create this image that Crawford's still pound for pound number one. But at the same time, he really pushing Lomachenko. We all know this. He pushing Lomachenko and Tyson Fury. Next he'll try and push BWF. Nothing wrong with that. BWF is the truth. He's the real deal. No doubt about that. That's the guy that we wanted to see Sergey Kovalev face. Remember that? Back in the day? That's one guy Kovalev can't he can't fuck with. He can't fuck with BWF. I think he knows that. I think BWF beat him in the amateurs too. You can't fuck with BWF. BWF would dust his ass. He would get stopped. Why? Body punching. I would like to see Canelo at some point in time take on Bivol or BWF. Depends. If BWF wins all the titles, then you gotta face BWF. Canelo trying to steal away Kovalev. before them guys get him. Now, one of the things everybody praised, the unification between Kavordik and BWF. One of the reasons that fight could happen is because Bob Arum promoted both fighters. BWF obviously took the deal to face Kavordik. Signed a contract with Bob. Make that fight happen. Good stuff. BWF will have more leverage because he's not just promoted by Top Rank alone, I don't think. The boxer has to make the proper career decisions, I guess. As you can see, Al Heyman didn't stop BWF from doing what he wanted to do. We're going to try and make the Bevo fight next year. We're going to wait to see what the outcome between Canelo and Kovalev. BWF is a solid dude. I'm not breaking down BWF just like that. He's solid. He's really strong. Ready to see how Canelo does at the 175 weight. I listened to Andre Rocher talking about how he thinks people are crazy. To think that this fight's an easy fight for Canelo. Me? I think Roger is wrong. He's a trainer. He would know the ins and outs of the business, but his thing is, when last has Canelo stopped somebody? Stop Rocky Fielding. Fielding was vulnerable to the body. You know? Kovalev is too. Danny Jacobs was not vulnerable to the body. Triple G's not. Well, he is vulnerable to the body, but he's just strong. I don't think Kovalev is strong. They'll try and strengthen him his upcoming fight, but so Roger said you can't compare Canelo to Ward. Yes, you can. The strategy to beat Kovalev is to get on the inside. That's what Canelo does. So I think you can. He's talking about getting past the jab. Ward was knocked down. Was Elida Alvarez ever knocked down by Kovalev? Okay. Anthony Yarde took his power. The other was just tired. That's why he got knocked out by the jab. He was tired. More fatigue at knocking down. Well, God was tripping over himself and shit. Louis Lowe trying to go for that KO in the 8th. That's what it is. So, no. Canelo should dispatch a Kovalev. Everybody's just thinking the weight and the size of Kovalev and his dimensions. His ability to use the jab is what he'll use to win the fight. Some people even think stop Canelo. I hit him. I'm just confident in Canelo's defense. He got good defense. And because of that, I don't see Kovalev stopping him. I don't see Kovalev denying him getting to the inside, especially where he will be faster than Kovalev. And when he starts to put on work on the inside, what is Kovalev's answer? I also think that Ward and Canelo they're not much different in weight. And what people forget, though he fought him at a catchweight, Canelo fought a light heavyweight and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Just come down from light heavyweight and he fought one fight super middle. And he fought Canelo. He fought from 4. If he was fighting a fighter that was vulnerable to the body, I probably wouldn't have been so quick to say this is going to be a stoppage. He's fighting a dude who's been stopped by several body shots. So, My brothers knocked him out by going to the body first and then coming up top. Ward stopped him with body shots. So, I mean, writing's on the wall for him. He has to hope Canelo is too small. That was good. Yep. Packers asking who he should have faced next. I think the bulk of people would say Errol Spence Jr. I think Timothy Bradley said he should stay away from Errol Spence and Sean Porter and stay away from Terrence Crawford. I personally think that while that is true, the fans want him to face Errol Spence. And they think he could beat Errol. So there's that out there. You know. It is what it is. This is it. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where a lot of people, are partisan on different things. I don't know why people are so tribal like that. It's like funny. All the guys and men are like, Terrence Crawford would kill Clarissa Shields. Because I said she couldn't go 3 rounds with Terrence Crawford. I mean, would she go 3 rounds with Errol Spence? Probably, but punished. Because the Errol do body work, right? You go to the body. Can I see her getting beat up by Terrence? Not really. She got a good enough defense, and she does a lot of things that are interesting. She has sparred Errol, so she said Errol hit hard. So she couldn't bully Errol. She had to box him. Which means she made it in the ring with Errol. So if she can make it in the ring with Errol, why she can't make it in the ring with Terrence? I don't understand. I don't understand. I think it's a male thing, or some males at least, some guys out there. They're just locked up in the fact that they get caught up in the fact of the word woman. Just that fact that we said woman, and then they quote something from 30 years ago, some shit, and they start talking about the physique and all that shit. I've been looking at it like, okay, so get your little skinny ass, scrawny ass help in the ring with Clarissa Shields then. You're supposed to be superior. This is what you're saying. you know, Yo, I be saying some things that are factual and make sense, but a lot of people, I'm not like Sean Newton is the dude. I am not Sean Newton. Sean Newton say some ridiculous shit, period. And he a fanboy. He a fanboy of Pacquiao. He a fanboy of whoever. He a real fanboy, right? I don't say ridiculous shit. I am actually talking from a boxing perspective. You listen to it, it's logic and reasoning. It's literally logic and reasoning. But for some reason, people have their stigmas. I remember when I said Sugar Ray Robinson. I said, Sugar Ray Robinson, come on, man. Floyd Mayweather is better than Sugar Ray Robinson. There are a number of fighters who are better than Sugar Ray Robinson. That brought up a whole uproar because so many people dick suck Sugar Ray Robinson. It's not funny. My favorite fighter is Sugar Ray Robinson. You ain't seen much of his welterweight fights. How can you be a fan of somebody and you see the majority of their fights? I don't understand this shit. A lot of this shit don't make no sense to me. I watch boxing to see the boxers box so I can be a fan of them, right? Right? So when Boxing Librarian said he a fan of Harry Crabb, I was like, how the fuck you could be a fan of Harry Crabb? Based on what people talked about him? Based on what the newspaper said? You a fan of him? Come on, man. You never seen the motherfucker box. How can you say you're a fan of him? What kind of fan are you? I never understood this shit. I said another statement. I said, the best way to assess somebody is to actually watch them box. And if you can, box them. This is something they say in boxing. God damn it. Shit. Y'all said the majority of Sugar Ray Robinson's welterweight fights we never saw. You're just going on hearsay. You're going on hearsay, but there are a lot of people default operation. My favorite boxer is Sugar Ray Robinson. What the fuck, man? Y'all is crazy motherfuckers out here. Everything I'm saying is making sense. If you really listen to it. Everything I'm saying is making sense. It sounds sacrilegious. Now I'm hearing motherfuckers like Beeb and all these guys saying Sugar Ray Robinson, he wasn't really all that, Duh. The mystique is removed. I mean, here's what it is. When I said that Floyd Mayweather, he the best ever, and I showed how Muhammad Ali, at a certain age, he was getting his ass beat. He got beat by a guy with 8 fights or some shit like that. Sugar Ray Robinson was getting his ass beat. He got beat by Jake LaMotta, a guy who was about 16 pounds, 17 pounds heavier than him. Floyd faced a guy something like Jake LaMotta with a style something like Jake LaMotta, kind of brawler type, mauler type, and Marcos Maidana, who was 19 pounds heavier than him. He beat Marcos Maidana. Sugar Ray Robinson got knocked out of the fucking ring with Jake LaMotta. That's why I said Floyd better than Sugar Ray Robinson. That brought up a big uproar. Oh, well, you a Floyd dick sucker. You the biggest Flomo in the world. But I'm bringing facts. What do you have to counter that shit? What do you have to counter it? They couldn't counter. All they could do was name call. They couldn't counter me. Right? I did my homework. Now you got to go do your homework to counter me. You couldn't. So what did they start saying? He the biggest Flomo. He the biggest Flomo on YouTube. I listened. They still never countered me. Right? I said he got a claim for the best ever. I put out a whole series, a playlist on Floyd Mayweather TBE. And I dropped it down, point by point. People in the industry saying he's the best ever. People in the industry were saying that shit. Only jealous ass motherfuckers were saying, oh, he'd never be TBE. He's not TBE. He's probably the best businessman, but he ain't TBE. Why? Because why? Why? Because they were threatened. They didn't want Floyd to get everything. He got the money. He got the prestige. He got the fame. And on top of that, you gonna tell me he the best ever? Oh, fuck no, he not getting that. They were jealous. right? Now, Lennox Lewis, on the other hand, he got a good claim. Lennox Lewis say, I'm TBE. He got a good claim. He could make that claim. Why? Is there anybody Lennox Lewis didn't beat? He beat them all that he faced, right? And who he faced was legendary fighters, right? He faced all the legendary fighters of his era. So if he said he the best ever, I mean, there's not much I can say about it. That title really suits him. The only thing is he slipped up twice. Lennox slipped up twice. If you didn't slip up twice, you would have gotten it. But you can't be the best ever, and you never ready every single fucking night for whoever it is. You can't be underestimating your competition. He lost fights he shouldn't have lost. He lost fights he should not have lost. Other than that, yeah, I have no problem saying he's the best ever. I have no problem saying that because he has a case, a very strong one. Very strong one. He faced everybody in his time. Everybody. And he beat them all. And we're talking about some serious names, right? We're talking serious names. People say, well, he faced Mike Tyson too late. He faced him, though. And guess what? You think the fight would have been different if he faced him earlier? I don't think so. I don't think so. Y'all got to go back and watch Lennox Lewis when he was hungry. Up and coming and hungry. And anyhow you take it, he would have still faced the Mike Tyson, not from the 80s. He would have had to face the Mike Tyson in the 2000s. Just what it is. He'd have to face him in the early 90s or mid 90s, I think, because Lennox was coming up. He was on the come up, but he had everything, man. He wasn't like the other welterweights. He was like a cat, man. The man was just a beast. Look what he did to Frank Bruno. Go watch that fight. I'm just saying. I watch the fights. I don't know what else to say. I watch fights, right? But watch what he did to Frank Bruno. I mean, come on, man. So anyway, I say different things in different videos. Just up to recently there, a guy, not to toot my own horn, was thanking me for the video on Chachai Sasaku and talking about he's going to go spar it. And he said, man, you did nice homework, nice research on Chachai Sasaku. Some of y'all know who I'm talking about. Some of y'all don't know who I'm talking about, but it don't matter. Right? And the point being this. Yo, if you're going to come and accuse me of something that you think is wild, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I heard some people say that I said that Andre Berto was a better boxer than Sugar Ray Leonard or some shit like that. I don't remember saying something like that. I probably said if Sugar Ray Leonard were to face Andre Berto at welterweight, that he might be surprised that he doesn't stop Andre Berto and that Andre Berto walks his ass down. I remember saying something like that. Andre Berto's a tough motherfucker. I could see that happening. Berto's strong. Berto's not a guy that you just gonna knock out like that. Sean Porter was able to beat him up, rough him up, because he was rough and rugged with Andre Berto. He was rough and rugged also with Paulie Malignaggi. Sugar Ray Leonard's not a rough and rugged fighter. He's not really a rough and rugged fighter, so Berto will keep coming. All right? And that's for sure. Guaranteed. Berto's always in a tip-top shape. You know, would he have gotten his ass beat by Sugar Ray Leonard? Probably. You know, he'd have gotten tagged up, but he'd have kept coming. He'd have kept coming. He would have kept bringing. He would have landed his too. That little uppercut he throws on the inside. He would have landed his on Sugar Ray Leonard. For sure. That's what I remember saying. Something like that. I don't remember saying that Berto was a better fighter than Sugar Ray Leonard or Berto would beat Sugar Ray Leonard. I don't remember saying shit like that. I don't remember saying. I don't say stuff like that. I don't remember saying stuff like that. I'm just saying. You know, a lot of people say a lot of shit, but I don't remember saying that. A lot of people misquote me, and they say a lot of shit that I didn't say. Right? A lot of people misquote me, and they say shit I didn't say. So, A lot of people are trying to show that, what you need. He always saying these wild ass, crazy ass things. So they put their headlines and shit. And it's funny because when people come to my channel and they actually hear the content that I'm saying, they're like, man, you're the real deal. You're the real child. Yeah, so I talk boxing. Right? Now people coming around to saying the same things I was saying all the time. And I look at these motherfuckers, these motherfucking hypocrites. I look at them and I laugh. I laugh at these motherfuckers because, quite frankly, y'all want to insult and diss this channel when y'all fucking ass didn't know what the fuck you was talking about. Y'all didn't know what the fuck you was talking about. H Money still owe me a shave. That bitch better not bitch out on me. Because then I'm going to call you, I would say, H Money, you're a bitch. You're a bitch. You're a punk ass bitch. I would tell him that. I don't have a problem saying it. You're a bitch. You made a bet and you ain't even cashing out on it. You're a bitch. You're another one of those bitches. Oh, and if he say he gonna pull a gun or shit, I said, bitch, you ain't gonna do shit. I'm gonna tell him like to his face. You ain't doing shit with that. You're a bitch. You just talk. You just run your fucking mouth. You know about it. You just run your mouth. Most of these YouTubers, the so-called boxing fans, they know how to do this. You know what I'm saying? When the day of reckoning comes, the motherfuckers, nowhere to be found. They run. It's raining. I step up to the plate every single time and I said, I'm really serious about what I'm saying. I am. Right? Okay. There we go. Nice rainy day today. Alright, I gotta go and sell some more stuff, but I wanted to leave this video with you guys for the archives and for YouTube. It's good to see that there's a lot in boxing all the time. There's gonna be a good, nice, big fight. Is it this coming weekend? What's this coming weekend? 20-something? I don't know what the upcoming fights are. I like to talk on these different topics here. There's some other fighting women's boxing that happened on BT Sports. I did not pay attention to it, but probably I should. It's an up-and-coming prospect. How did I do that? I don't know. Oh, okay. I think I know. Yeah. So, we'll talk a little bit more about this stuff a little bit later, but yeah. I thought about it. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to put it out there again. How many PBC fighters cross networks or cross promotions to fight top ranked promoted fighters on ESPN or on Fighters on the Zone? How many? How many top ranked fighters have done cross promotions with either the Zone or at Fox or Showtime with the PBC? How many? That's the question. Go do your homework now. You're going to find out, obviously, that there are a hell of a lot more PBC fighters that are going across to the Zone, or going across the ESPN, or going across the Top Rank. You're going to see that. There's a lot more than Top Rank or fighters even on the Zone. Right? When have you seen a the Zone fighter move across to Showtime or to Fox to fight a PBC fighter? But yet, they talk about how PBC fighters, they don't do business with the Zone and Showtime. When is the contrary is true? When you look at the facts, they don't want to do business with the PBC. You remember Golden Boy and Top Rank didn't want to do business with the PBC? And then Bahram had to do business with the PBC? They were trying to shut the PBC out. To this day, they were saying, oh, PBC fighters don't face Golden Boy fighters and Top Rank. They were trying to shut them out. They couldn't stop the PBC. And now they still got to do business with the PBC. And the PBC fighters, they're willing to cross over to ESPN to face a top-ranked fighter, even take a top-ranked contract just to face a top-ranked fighter. And you have fighters crossing over to the zone to face the zone fighters, even signing up at Matchroom or whatever. And I'm just saying, that is the way how right now, I think Danny Jacobs is going back across to the PBC to face Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Like I said, he's going to fight on the PBC again. I think his matchup is with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. And I'm just saying, you can see that these guys are PBC fighters. They're PBC fighters. Going back and fighting on the PBC. They can always go back and fight on the PBC. On network television. And my point being that a lot of people don't understand. These fighters do what they need to do to get a contract. Elita Alvarez, when he fought Sergey Kovalev, signed a top-ranked deal. They're a PBC fighter. Where do you think Elita Alvarez is going to go when his contract's up? Back to the PBC. Or not, because of the light heavyweight division, and there's some DAZN fighters. He may go to DAZN. He may go to DAZN. He may go to sign up at Matchroom or something, or he just may go with Lou DiBella to DAZN. Lou DiBella is a promoter that can cross-promote over many different platforms. He's been successful in doing that. So again, what I have been saying all along has been facts. I've been saying things that are true. And I've been bullshitting people. Right? I have no fucking agenda. Okay? And I don't love a fighter so much that I'm willing to fuck boxing to praise this fucking fighter. I have respect for the sport. I have respect for the sport. But I call a fucking spade a fucking spade, man. We got to call spades a spades. We got to be realistic. We got to be real fans, man, out here. I'm a Canelo fan, but I'm a fan of boxing first. So I know that the Kovalev-Canelo fight is a shit fight. I don't care who tells me what. It's a shit fight. And if he gets beat by Kovalev, I'm going to laugh. Okay? I'm not going to call it a cherry pick fight because you're picking the guy at the right time. Like they like to say, the right time and all that shit. But it's a shit fight. That fight ain't going no fucking distance. I don't care what nobody try to convince me of. It's not going the distance. Kovalev going to get his ass knocked out of there. It's what it is. You can't make a new body. They say they're gonna pull up his trunks real high. They're joking. All right, he got a great payday though. Great payday. Got paid for it. He happy. Of course, he's gonna go for the win. This is his greatest incentive in boxing ever. It's greater than the Andre Ward fight and the Bernard Hopkins fight, and he earned it. I mean, he earned it. He got past what's the kid's name? Whatever the kid's name is. He got past him. He got back his title against Elita Alvarez. He faced Andre Ward. He lost to him twice, but you know, he was in there with Andre Ward, and he beat Bernard Hopkins. What more can you ask? No. Buddy fucking McGirt. Buddy, man. Come on now, Buddy McGirt. He said, what are the two great fighters that Canelo beat? What makes Canelo so great? What are the two fighters that he beat? Okay, well, what are the two great fighters that Kovalev beat? Because you trying to say Canelo ain't all that. So Kovalev is a greater fighter than Canelo. And you go about to face Kovalev, right? Okay, well, what two great fighters did Kovalev beat? I can name one that Canelo beat, Miguel Cotto. He great, period. All right? You don't want to give Triple G as a great fighter. You know what? Honestly, I agree with him. I agree with him on that. He's a good fighter. He's not a great fighter, right? They overhyped him. People say he was a great fighter. I never said it. However, Kovalev faced great fighters. Okay? Canelo faced great fighters. He faced Shane Mosley, Floyd Mayweather, and Miguel Cotto. Right? Three great fighters. We're not talking about Aristotle Angular. He's a good fighter. He's not great. You know, Austin Trout, he's a good fighter. He's not great. When we talk about great, we're talking about resumes and man, fought people, man. Fought names and beat their ass, right? They're great fighters, right? So Floyd is a great fighter. Cotto is a great fighter. Intangible Boxing says, shout out to Intangible Boxing. He says that Hopkins is a better win for Kovalev than Cotto was for Canelo. I don't think so. I'm going to tell you why. Hopkins was damn near 48 years old. Okay? He was 48 years old. Okay? Cotto was 34? He was still in his prime. Physical prime, that is. Cotto put on a hell of a fight against Canelo. Okay? Hopkins, yeah, but he unified his titles against who, though? Cotto won the middleweight title, and mind you, Cotto is not a middleweight. He won the middleweight title against Sergio Martinez. Okay, go ahead and tell me about the other guys now that Hopkins beat. Martinez is a legend. You look at Cotto's resume, it's crazy. Right? I'm not saying that Hopkins' resume ain't crazy. I'm just saying that when you compare the two fighters, Hopkins was at the end of his game. You know what I'm saying? Cotto was at the end of his game too. Don't get me wrong. And Cotto took more punishment, I think. But at the end of the day, you know, Miguel Cotto superseded his own fucking expectations. He wasn't a fucking middleweight. He couldn't even make middleweight. Hopkins could make light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I think it's different. I think Canelo came in with a smaller Cotto. Cotto was smaller than Canelo and hung with him. He hung with Canelo. You know? You can say that Hopkins was smaller than Kovalev. That is true. Kovalev was the bigger guy. And Hopkins did hang with him too. He got dropped only once in the fight. But it sounds ridiculous saying 48 though. I mean, it's more impressive on Hopkins' end than it is on Kovalev's end. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to really quote the age thing, but didn't Hopkins get knocked out of the ring at 50? Against Joe Smith Jr.? I mean, I'm just saying. He was the unified champion, no doubt about that. But I think he beat, who was the guys he beat to get the title? Tavares Cloud, and which Kovalev just dispatched like he was a joke. And what's the other kid? Was it Sherbert Bibanoff? I think it was Sherbert Bibanoff. Right? Them guys was green. You know what I'm saying? Now you could say that Sergio Martinez, he didn't have no legs. So you got a point right there. But I'm just saying, Kovalev, Cotto beat, he beat a legend, whereas Hopkins beat two good fighters. You know what I'm saying? He unified though. He beat two champions. Hopkins beat two champions. Which you prefer, the legend or the two champions? I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. But at the end of the day, the point is that Kovalev beat the legend Hopkins, who is a legend, no doubt about it. I mean, is a legend. He was a legend in boxing. Mako Casing, hello. I'm the only watcher. No. Mako Casing, shout out to you. No, it's you and Intangible right now. We're talking. I mean, Hopkins is an all-time great legend, Hall of Famer. But so is Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto's not as great a legend as Hopkins, because Hopkins got that longevity thing going on. But Cotto fought people, man. Cotto fought everybody except for Marquez. He fought everybody except for Marquez. Yeah. He never got the chance to fight Oscar either. But he fought everybody except for Marquez. Everybody. He didn't fight Paul Williams, but then nobody fought Paul Williams. You think about it. They always say, Floyd ducked Paul Williams. Well, what the fuck are you talking about? Pacquiao didn't face Floyd Williams. Marquez didn't face Floyd Williams. Not Floyd Williams. Paul Williams. Mosley didn't face Paul Williams. I mean, Cotto didn't face Paul Williams. So what are you really saying? When you think about it, some of the dumbest things people say, it is what it is, though. So, is this Mako Casing or Mako Casing? You tell me. Shout out to you though. Uh, I mean, oh fuck, what did I just do? Oh, not again. Sorry about that intangible boxing. I just accidentally. The fuck? Come on, view the deleted message, you motherfucker. Bernard Hopkins unifying past his Middle Ages is legendary status. For Hopkins. For Hopkins, no doubt about that. Is it for Kodo? Does that make it good for Kovalov? That's the question, you know? Motherfucker. Shit. Intangible Boxing says, would the 2015 Cotto beat the 2015 Golovkin? It's a great question. Cotto got a good jab. He would have beaten a smaller guy. Would he be able to outbox Golovkin? I don't know, man. I don't know. He's not a middleweight. He can't even make middleweight, which is weird. So I don't know. Pacquiao lost to Mayweather. Yeah. Short A. Yeah, Pacquiao did lose to Floyd Mayweather. I'm trying to remember what does that have to do with anything. I'm trying to remember. What does Pacquiao have to do with anything? Trying to follow you here. He was talking about, I think. So anyway, you know, I think that you know, Canelo, he only had one great fighter that he beat, but so did Kovalev. That's my point. You know, and Buddy McGirt was like fighting two great fighters that he beat. Now, Canelo, if you're talking about great fighters that he faced, Canelo beats Kovalev every single time. You got Andre Ward with Kovalev, but then you got Floyd Mayweather with Canelo. Both of those guys were smaller than the other guys, right? Floyd was one weight class below Canelo. Andre Ward was one weight class below Kovalev, right? Kovalev got stopped by Andre Ward. He had two fights, close one with Andre Ward the first time and stopped the second time. Canelo was the one that got outclassed by Floyd Mayweather. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that either Floyd was supernaturally greater than Andre Ward, or it means that Kovalev's a better fighter than Canelo. I don't believe that. I don't think Kovalev's a better fighter than Canelo because he got stopped by Andre Ward, right? Got beaten, then he got stopped. Canelo didn't get stopped by Floyd, even though he was completely outclassed, right? Andre Ward, though, beat the crap out of Kovalev, right? He's never been the same since then. Canelo, on the other hand, has improved. He's done exceptionally well because he faced Floyd Mayweather. When you look at skill set, Canelo is a much more skilled fighter than Kovalev. He has a lot more skills to rely on. He has more home skills than Kovalev too, I think. And I think his jab is underrated. So, I mean, yeah, okay. Canelo faced one great fighter. He beat one great fighter, faced two great fighters in his entire career, right? Two meaningful great fighters. Of course, Shane Mosley is another great fighter, but he faced Shane Mosley when Shane Mosley was like, you know what I mean, done. I mean, he could put up a good fight against Canelo, but he was done, okay? Stick a fork in him. He was done. Cotto was not done. We can argue that Bernard Hopkins wasn't done. He was at the top of the game. I just think that, you know, Sergey Kovalev is just another level. I think if you got the younger Hopkins, he was still a loss, but he wouldn't have gotten dropped. You know, he would probably roughed out Kovalev a lot more, been a little bit more dirty on the inside. And maybe that would have given him an advantage against Kovalev. He wasn't as dirty on the inside. He wasn't trying to land body shots on the inside. Probably should have done that. Ward figured it out, though. So, at the end of the day, I'm just saying, Buddy McGirt says, you know, what are the great fighters that Canelo faced? Name two. Well, okay, if it's facing, it's Floyd and Cotto. If it's beating, it's only Cotto. I get it. But I'm going to say this. And he said after Floyd Mayweather, right? I'm going to say this. The same thing applies to Sergey Kovalev. So what are you really saying? I know you want to say that Sergey Kovalev's a great fighter because he fought an all-time great. and beat him. But, you know, if you're going to say that, then you got to say Canelo's the same. He didn't beat 2. He beat 1. Now you can put it in Triple G as a great fighter. If you do that, then it's 2. Right? But I wouldn't put Triple G as a great fighter. I just don't think so. I think he's overhyped. I think he's an elite fighter. I think he's a fighter kind of like Danny Jacobs. You know, and depending on how he builds his resume, he could be, you know, a legendary fighter. He has to get wins, though. Can't just be facing everybody. You got to get wins. That's like you, Intangible, saying that Sean Porter, he's a great fighter, but he's not a great champion. You know what I mean? It's just my opinion. I don't know. It's what people think. So, yeah. Why did I even say that? I don't even know where I was going with that. Oh, yeah. With Buddy McGirt, I just kind of went to side note, right? What Buddy McGirt was saying about Canelo. I think his grounds was that, you know, that Kovalov's a great fighter and he's about to face another great fighter and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I know. That's what I said. You said he's a great fighter, but you don't think he's a great champion. And I get where you're coming from. Great champions have either a lot of defenses, they keep their belts, and they face names and they beat them. I get it. I understand. At first I was thinking about it and I was saying, you know what, I don't agree with that. But actually, now that you said it, it does make sense. Hold on a second, people. I'm coming back. You back. I can't remember. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I got to say about that. Yeah, this is bright and sunny out here. Yeah, this is great. Oh, yeah, this is great. Gotta sweep up this place too. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically it. I can't remember what I was talking about. I'm trying to thought except to say with the PBC fighters and stuff. Guys, I'm gonna do the breakdown of the rounds in boxing. Lamb versus Hagler. So look out for that. Let me get out of here and be able to go do that right now. Peace to you guys. Don't forget you can share, subscribe to these videos, and also you can donate to my channel at Western Union MoneyGram. Peace. I'm out, people.